here's the deal with Facebook and Instagram. Facebook and Instagram has more data than every other company, I think, except Google. And they have some of the most superior AI technology, I think even maybe superior to Google. I'm not positive about that one. And what that means is you have to think, when I think about Facebook and Instagram advertising, I think about Facebook and Instagram's goal as a company. Their goal is to provide excellent content to users so that they stay on their platforms, one. Their second goal is to have excellent advertising partners who will spend lots amount of money on their platforms. Now, those two goals are very connected. And the reason is, if you want to have big advertising partners on your platform that spend a lot of money, but you don't want to disrupt your users' experience, your advertisers need to have excellent content in order to keep users on, and it becomes part of the experience. Many of you probably noticed this, that ads are getting better and better. The ads are far less interrupting, and they're far more entertaining and inspirational and educational. And so what I do, how I think of this, is I think branding is almost an aspect of really strong and effective content. If you can create a modern disruptive brand, that is a key factor into having success through advertising. Let me backtrack just a bit. Facebook and Instagram have got so good about distributing content that it's far less these days about how to tweak your ads to the perfect targeting options and how to have the perfect audience that you're showing it to. It's really far more about, they're far more of a distribution platform for content these days. And so what that means is the biggest lever for success with Facebook and Instagram advertising is creative. And where does creative cover? Creative is not just your photo. It's not just your headline or your caption text. Creative is your brand. Creative is who you are collectively. What is that integrated brand experience, and how does it fit that content? So I'll give you, let's think of an example. Harley Davidson, right? Harley Davidson, this might not be a great example, but Harley Davidson is a cool brand. It's a rough and tough brand. It adds power, it adds fuel, and that's what I think of when I hear this brand. Well, an integrated brand and content experience is video content that reflects that integrated brand experience, that shares those values. So that way, when I get that way when I give it to Facebook to distribute across to these different audiences, that one, Facebook is prioritizing the content because consumers see it, they see the integration, and they enjoy it, and two, they consume it. So as far as tips on how to be really effective with Instagram and Facebook, I'll give you number one tip, which is have a really effective brand. Have a really effective brand and create really effective content. That content should be video content. A way to think of this is pictures and words. A word speaks a word of data. A photo speaks 1,000 words. Have you ever heard that saying before, Marty? A photo speaks 1,000 words? Yeah, many times. It's a common saying. And so if a word speaks a word and a photo speaks 1,000 words, how many words does a video at 30 frames per second for 60 seconds long create? 1.8 million words. What the point is, the amount of content and amount of information you can communicate through a video is exponentially greater than you could ever possibly communicate through a photo and through words. Focus on video. So exceptional branding, video advertising, that's the first step. But then when it comes to targeting and how can you properly position your ads, or who do you really focus on, I'll give you two kind of snippets that are really strong that will really kind of help you out. Number one is, if you do have a customer list, create lookalike audiences and run your strong creatives to your lookalike audiences on Facebook. The other tip, don't target anyone. The platforms are so smart these days that as long as you have a pixel installed on your site and you just open your targeting up, let's say you just do United States, 18 to 65, men and women, all placements, just open, no targeting at all. You just give the content to Facebook and you say, Facebook, here's my content, here's my site, this is who I am, you do it. And Facebook's AI is so strong and so smart that it will automatically figure it out. People don't buy this idea, and so they don't try it. but it's literally my second biggest performing campaign.